Hello, lovely people. I welcome you once again to Bright and Clara's channel. Thank you all for clicking. This is episode 28 on Project Noah. All right. So we are still on Gable works, and then also on the roof terrace area, and there's a lot of work there that needs to be done. And then also the carpenters have started working on the cantilever that the parapet guys will be installing their parapet before we go ahead with the wood trusses. All right, so far so good. We are doing very well. Yes, it's a speedy work. We are doing very well. In your view, it's a 3D representation, and this was designed by Jonathan Tete. If you're watching this video for the first time, this it's an 8-bedroom house designed by our architect, Mr. Jonathan Tete. That's the name and the number on the screen. And please contact him for all your blueprint. Yes, and make sure you get your 3D. Jonathan will always give you your 3D first before he even begin with his structural and architectural drawing. Okay. All right, so make sure all that is done. If you have your own architect, make sure they do it right. So in your view right now is the latest roof design, which is an Euro tile. It's quite expensive, but it will befit the building more than the aluminum sheet. Okay, and so we're providing skylights as well. I understand we are adding more skylights instead of the 3 skylights. There's going to be more skylight to give enough sunlight into the rooms. Okay, so I'll be giving you updates on that as well. A roof terrace with a pergola looks awesome. Okay, that looks awesome. So imagine doing the plastering for this house. How many bags of cement do you think we're going to use? Okay, that is debatable. So drop your comments. How many bags of cement do you think we're going to use for the plastering of this beautiful house, both the inside and then the outside? How many bags of cement do you think will constitute to completing the entire plastering? All right, if you need someone to do your borehole drilling, please contact the number on your screen, Mr. Jonathan Amoa. Mr. Amoa is my cousin, and he does borehole drilling. Okay, yeah, he does reverse osmosis, water treatment, and all of that. Please contact him, and he will assist you. So this is the beam, as you're saying. Okay, total we have 9 bars in there. They are all 20 mm. It's not easy. They are all 20 mm. Okay, my steel benders are really doing a good job. They're not joking at all. And all these areas are all 20 mm. Okay, he's explaining the top bars, the bottom bars, and then he's giving it a spacer bar. Okay, there's a spacer bar in between, and he's explaining all of that. It is important. It also helps to strengthen the beam. So when the beam is there, there's no vibration, there's no shaking, there's no sinking in or whatsoever. It is strong forever. 20 mm all across. Okay, 20 mm. There's two top, 2 at the bottom, and 2 spacer bars. Are you with me? Yes, it's very, 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 very crucial. Very, very crucial. That's what he's explaining. 20 mm all throughout. Okay, all throughout. And at the same time, he's using as a circuit beam here, and then after that, there's another circuit beam here as well. Okay, so he's supporting them with a circuit beam. It is very, very important. So when you have a steel bender who really understands structures, he will follow the design. Are you with me? Yes. And in fact, it is the steel bender that holds everything all together. Without the steel bender, the whole entire building is nothing. It is a steel bender that holds the structures all together. So if you don't have a good steel bender, you are doomed. So that is the spacer bar he's showing. Okay, we have 3 down and 2 spacer bars on the left and right. Are you with me? So 3 down, 3 spacer bars. Yes, so 3 down, 3 spacer bars on the top. Okay, so there's a spacer bar on the top, but at the bottom there's 3, 1, 2, 3, and then at the top 2, 1 through 3. Okay, so total we have 9 bars in this line. It is 9. Are you with me? The same applies to this area. 9 of them, all at 20 mm. And then he's supporting it at the top with another 20 mm, which are circuit beams. You understand? So solid work, quality work is important. Are you with me? And so this man, he knows what he's looking for. He understands quality. So he doesn't compromise on that. He doesn't compromise on that. He's always asking questions. And I think he's been following me for years. So actually he's read my mind. He knows everything that I've been saying. So he always put it to me. Mr. Bright, you said this. Mr. Bright, you said that. I say, yes, daddy. I say, yes. Yes, daddy. I said that. Yes, daddy. I said this. Yes. And that shows the consistency and transparency in everything that I say. It is important. And so strategically, we are following, we are obeying, and we are doing. You can't do things on your own. Are you with me? And Mr. Tete, who is the architect, intermittently is coming to site for an inspection. He's getting paid to do that. He gets paid by the client to visit the site and to inspect the work that we are doing. And any areas that need adjustment, it is adjusted. So by the time you finish the house, you will see the beauty of this house. Everything turns out perfectly. You understand? The window formation, the entrance. This is the main entrance, okay? And you can see the height. It is so tall. So when you're entering that area, in fact, you look very short, and that area is so tall. All the gable works are still ongoing. We need to finish all these areas, three course, and need to finish before the carpenters come in and lay the boards for the cantilever. You understand? So it is not a small work, and especially when you're working at height, it is more difficult than working when you're on the ground. So usually people charge according to the height that you're going. It is part of the estimate. Now, if I charge you 200 Ghana cedis for laying the blocks on the ground floor, when we go to first floor, I have to charge you 250 or 300. Why? Because of the height and the risk factors. People don't consider that. It is considered everywhere in abroad, wherever you find yourself. When you're laying blocks, the charge that you take from the ground floor is not the same as that of the first floor. And you need people to carry the materials to you. The laborer who has charged per day for doing a particular job will not do any other extra work in addition. If you take a laborer to help the mason, his job is to help the mason. That is a helper for the mason. Now, if you ask him to pack blocks, that is another scope of work, and you need to pay him for that. And so all these things are factored into the estimate. Someone who packs the blocks, someone who takes the block from the ground floor to the first floor. Because here in Dubai, we have excavators, or let me say, what is the name? Forklifts. We have forklifts who carries every materials, or hoist that carries materials to whichever level that the how do you call it, the contractor desire. You understand? They have to carry all the materials to those areas. It is not done by human effort. Everything is done by lift. Are you with me? Every material is carried to each location, each floor level by machines and equipment. And in that side of Africa, we do everything by human effort. And those things are factored for. You need to pay them. Are you with me? You need to pay them. So far, so good. This is what the steel benders have done. It is huge. It is huge. You understand? It is huge. And this is going to consume a lot of cement, because the beams alone are huge. It's going to one bag. The ratio is 1:1. That's what I'm going to do. The ratio for the beams alone. I need to cast the beams first. Once I'm done with the beams, then I will come to the top layer. The top layer, I can change the ratio. But for the beams, I need to make sure one bag to aggregate to sand, everything is rich. You understand? So when you're jumping, you can even play the next World Cup here, and it will not do anything. Understand? You can play the next World Cup here, and it will not do anything. You can have a club right over here. You can jam and have party over there, and it will not shake. It will not do anything. Okay. So this is what we're doing. On the left-hand side, you see the cantilever is coming. Okay, all around, we're going to do the cantilever. The steel bender is going to do some works there, and then before we pour the concrete, Okay, there's going to be an upstand from the steel bender. The upstand will help the parapet man to hook the parapet to those upstands. And then again, they will cast concrete in all of them before the carpenters will be able to lay their roof trusses. So it's not easy at all. This is a whole process on its own. You understand? This is a whole process on its own. We've bought a lot of wood, a lot. And for recent times, the woods are not as strong as compared to before because there's demand for more. So the woods don't even actually get dry before they bring them. So the slightest thing they get damaged. The slightest thing they get damaged. And we have to throw more of them away and keep buying and keep buying. And it's frustrating. It's really frustrating. But yeah, what to do? We have to work. Now you look at the steel work for the staircase formation, and this is double rod. Okay, mostly people do one rod, but we don't do that here. Okay, double. It's a double rod, top and bottom, top and bottom, top and bottom. It is important. If you dare watch other channels and see when they are forming their staircase, you only see just one bar cut across. Okay, crisscross. They just crisscross it and that's it. It is a top and bottom. This is a suspension. Top and bottom, top and bottom. Why? Because of the quality we are looking for. And this go all the way to hook up with the beam of the slab. Are you with me? You hook up with the beam of the slab. Quality work. Quality work. You understand? Quality work is what we have done. So now we are going to bring in Mr. Frank Hammond, the electrical engineer, to be on board, and then also the plumber is going to be there to position the pipe for the washroom, and then also for drainage system. Okay, for the drainage, the carpenter is going to do that. Here we have the cantilever. The carpenters are working on it. Mr. Joshua Adam is the one working on this particular project because of his knowledge and experience. He's well versed, he's knowledgeable, and so I know the type of work I give to him. Okay, so this cantilever is being constructed by Mr. Joshua Adam. Okay, yes, and so you see that there's a beam before it flattens on the left hand side. So that beam is adding to the block work, and that is also increasing the height. So there's going to be iron rod in there. Okay, yes, they're going to be bored on the right hand side as well, just as we have on the left hand side. There's going to be another board on the right hand side, and then we're going to have reinforcement running in them. Okay, we're going to have reinforcement running in them, and all of this comes, as part of the estimate. Okay, so there's a long way to go, but I hope by the end of February you'll be seeing a lot of progress in terms of the roofing, parapet, and all of that. Okay, by the end of February, probably in the middle of February, we should be done, and then we'll be moving on to the next phase of the project, which I mentioned will be for the electrical piping work and plumbing piping works. Okay, we're going to do the 110-220 system. Okay, we're going to provide speakers in all the ceilings, so whenever he's playing music, we can hear the music wherever he is. Okay, a lot of these and other amenities will be provided in the finishing aspect. A lot of detail, is going to go into the finishing. So buckle up and journey with me as we build this beautiful 8-bedroom house for our client. Okay, if you need my services, please, the number is on your screen. My name is Mr. Bright Antonio. I am the CEO of B&C Constructions. Reach out to me. Let me have your blueprint. I'll review it, and then I'll charge you for the estimate. And then once it's done, you make payment, and we go and build for you. So simple. From me to you, shalom. God bless you. Bye-bye.